Yo, what's goody, what's goody, Latrell in a hoodie, and welcome to another episode of the Brother Next Door podcast, where we talk about finance, personal development, and skills to get you further in life through actionable steps and my own personal experiences. In this episode, we're talking about paying off debt, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just talking about what I've done, things I've used, tools I've used along my journey. I'm currently working on paying off $50,000 worth of debt within the span of a year and a half to 2 years. And so I just want to share that experience with y'all while I'm going through it. That way, y'all can get inspired to pay off y'all's debt as well and just attack it as aggressive as you possibly can. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Types of debt payment methods. First of all, just get on the phone, talk to the bank, talk to the company, talk to whoever, and see what you can do with them, right? Just get on the phone. Hey, I'm struggling to pay, or whatever the case may be. What can we work out? Right? That's the first step that you should take, right? Especially if you're struggling, because they may be able to help you out. They may say, okay, we'll defer or we'll stop interest for a couple months, whatever. It just depends on your situation. It depends on, you know, what's going on in the economy, stuff like that as well. But you never know until you try, of course. So definitely give them a call, see what they can do for you. Next, debt forgiveness programs, right? You can try the public service loan forgiveness for federal student loans. So if you work public service jobs, like for nonprofits for the government, teachers, etc., for over 10 years, and you make 10 years of monthly payments, then that federal student loan, not private, federal student loan might be forgiven, will be forgiven, right? And so that's an option for you. There's, all other types of programs out there. And so definitely look up debt forgiveness programs and see what can apply for and might be able to get into. Change your repayment plan, right? This ties into the first point of just giving them a call. See if they can put you into an income driven payment plan where it's based off how much you're making. If you don't have a job or if you had a pay cut, whatever the case may be, and you can't afford it now, see what they can do for you, right? Another option is deferments, right? So with deferments, you can do up to 3 years or as long as you qualify, right? Keyword is you need to qualify for deferments, right? Understand this is better for subsidized federal loans or if you're unemployed, right? Interest usually doesn't accrue with these deferments. But with some companies, I was doing research on consolidating my debt. With some companies, they'll let you defer it and put it on the back end. And so, yeah, interest. So technically, interest is accruing because now it's on the back end of the debt, and that money they're still going, accrue interest. So definitely take that into consideration. Like I said, it says usually, and so definitely think about that. And then forbearance. So with forbearance, this is if you cannot qualify for deferment, right? And these are usually 1 year for a 1 year time period at a time. So you can do this over and over and over, but it's only up to 1 year each time you do it. So hopefully that makes sense. And if, like I said, if you don't qualify for deferment, try forbearance. But understand with forbearance, interest still can accrue on your loan. So that means if you go a whole year without paying that loan, that whole year, that principal balance is just accruing interest. Interest on interest on interest. So you're gonna have an even bigger loan to pay for after you get out of it. So understand in both situations, these aren't ideal long-term solutions. This is very short term. You just lost your job, you got another job lined up, or whatever the case, you just got a pay cut. but you just got this other job lined up, whatever the case may be. But you know that your situation is going to change relatively quickly. You just need a cushion. You just need a real short break, stack your bread, real short break to, you know, get a bigger income, and then you'll be right back on the ball rolling, right? So definitely don't utilize these and, not have a plan, right? You always want to come into it with a plan. So here are the payoff strategies, right? And then I'm gonna go through and show the tool I personally use. So payoff strategies, debt snowball. Understand with the debt snowball, you're paying off the smallest debt first, and you're working your way up to the largest debt. So with the snowball, what you're doing is getting that instant gratification, right? So you're paying off that smallest debt, you get that mental win, hey, look at me go, and then you move up to the next smallest, and then you work your way up to the largest, right? So that's one option. Understand the downfall of this is you're going to pay a lot more in interest in the long run. Next, the debt avalanche. With this, you're paying off debt with the highest interest first, and then you're working your way down to the debt with the lowest interest. So, with this method, you're not getting that instant gratification. You're not getting that look at me go, but you're paying a lot less in interest in the long run once it's all said and done. And then you have the stair stepper method. So this is where you're grouping your loans by amounts from 0 to 250 or 200 and 500. Hold on. You're grouping your debts by amounts. So the first category or first group is from 0 to 2,500, 2,500 to 5,000, 5,000 to 7,500, 7,500 to 10,000, then 10,000 up to $20,000. So you're gonna put all your loans into these different ranges, and once you have all your loans in these different ranges, then you're going to organize these loans by the APR. So you're combining the debt snowball and you're combining with the debt avalanche. So you're combining both methods. So you're gonna take first. You're gonna start in the smallest group, 0,000, 0,000, 0 to 200, 2,500, and then whatever debt is the highest interest, you're gonna pay that off first, then the second highest, then the third highest, then the fourth highest. Once that category is done, then you're gonna move over to the next category, the 5,000, 2,500 to 5,000. If you have any debt in this category, start with the highest interest, work your way to the lowest interest. Next, 5,000 to 7,500, highest interest to lowest interest, so on and so forth, right? And then I'll show you mine, real numbers, no hypothetical stuff. I'll show you what my stair stepper looks like, but I did not choose this category. I just think it's the hardest to understand, so I just want to give y'all that visual, right? And then last but not least is debt consolidation. So this is where you say, forget all those strategies. I just want to take all my debt that I got, right, and mash it into one high interest debt. Let me put it that way. Take all my high interest debt. So we're talking 15%, 16%, even 12%. And we're combining all those down to a lower interest rate. And we're making one payment every single month for all those loans. So understand this is great if you just got way too much going on. You got 5, 6 different loans out, and they're all hidden. And within 1 month, this is good to be able to consolidate all that down into one payment. Make it however long, 15 years, 30 years, whatever, and just make it a little bit more manageable. But understand that you're not only adding a new inquiry to your credit report, but you're also adding a new line of credit to that credit report. So, yes, all those other ones will be paid off, right? But now you just got a new one with a lot higher balance, right? Because now it's all combined. and now you're working to pay that one off. So that's the last little strategy that you can use for paying down your debt, is just combining it all and then paying it down that way. So now I'm going to put a image of what my stair stepper looks like, and then I'm going to share my screen and show y'all the tool that I use. So I don't have any single debts under 5,000, any single loans under 5,000. So I'm gonna start in the category of 5,000 up to 7,500 when it comes to this stair stepper method. So as you can see, I'm gonna pay off Discover loan number 2 first, right? Because that has the highest interest in that category. Then next, I'm gonna pay off Nelnet loan 1, as well as Nelnet loan 2 afterwards, right? And so that's the first category. And then we move on to the second category, 7,500 up to $10,000, right? And so with that, there's only one loan in that category. So I'm gonna pay off Nelnet loan 3, which is in that category. And then I'll move up to the next category, right? You see how the stair steps are the amounts, right? And then moving on to the last category, which is 10,000 to 20,000. In my case, it's just two loans. I'm going to pay off Discover loan number 1 first, and then I'm gonna pay off Discover loan number 3 second, right? And this is based off the interest and not the amount. And so that's how the stair stepper method works. I'm going to attach this calculator that I'm using to um, I'm gonna show a picture, right? And now I'm also going to share my screen, add a link at the bottom so you could see it for yourself, see how it works, and see if it works for your situation. In my case, I utilize the avalanche method because it saved me the most interest. So the cool thing about this calculator is that you can play with it. You can mess around, see which loans are best for you to pay off first, and which loans are best for you to pay off a little bit later. Um, but the whole idea of the calculator is for you to pay off the least amount of debt possible. That's the whole idea. And so I'm going to share my screen, and then we are going to get going. Wow, cool. Microphone. Yes, sir. Cool. We live. Let's get it. So this is the calculator by Vertex 42. This is what the website looks like. So you can get all the information about it. Like I said, I'm gonna drop it in the description so y'all could check this out as well. So these are the strategies they offer: the snowball, avalanche, stair stepper, or you can order entered in the table, or you could just pick your own order. So this is fully customizable to how you want it. You could pay it off however you want and see uh, how much you're going to end up paying in interest in any order that you choose, right? Like I said, I chose to do the avalanche method because it saves me, in my case, the most money in interest. And so we're going to go to the avalanche. Here it is. This is the order. These are all my student loans. This is all I got. This is as of 9/8/23 last month. And this is a little bit less. It's a little bit less than the 52. But that's where I'm starting, and I'm aggressively paying this off over the next year and a half to 2 years. It's just a matter of how much I'm gonna get paid after I graduate. And so, as you can see, for the avalanche method, it's from what interest, highest interest first, down to the lowest interest. So I'm gonna pay off this one first, and then Discover Loan 1, 3, so on and so forth. Right? Oh, well, open. And so understand with the avalanche method, making a monthly payment of $3,000, I will end up paying off all my loans within a year and 7 months, right? April 2025. If I consistently pay $3,000 every month towards all these loans using the avalanche method. Total interest paid $2,724 is how much interest I'd pay over the next year and 7 months, right? And this doesn't include all the interest I've accrued from when I started, um, when I got the loans, a couple years back. So this doesn't account for that. So I didn't feel like doing all that. I just started from where my current loan amounts are, and we're just gonna go forward. And so I don't know exactly how much I paid. I can go back and look at that, and I probably will after I pay it all off and it's all said and done. But for now, I'm just worried about from the date I entered in all this information until I pay it all off. Stair stepper. That would cost me $3,462. A lot more, right? And avalanche, or not avalanche, snowball cost me $1,000 more. But understand, this is me paying it off aggressively. This is me putting $3,000 toward this every single month. And so, regardless of which method I pick, I'm still saving tens of thousands of dollars more than if I were to pay these off with the minimum payments and pay it off in 40 years or whatever. So understand, yes, yes, it's $1,000 more. Yes, it's $2,000 more. That's a lot better. 5,775 in interest is a lot better than an extra $10,000 or $20,000 that you'd be paying in interest by doing this. So this is the power of paying off this stuff early, paying it off as soon as you possibly can. So what else can you see with this calculator? It'll show you all your rates. It'll show you the base payments. If you have base payments, you can put that in. It'll show you the month that it'll be paid off. It'll show you the total interest for each loan. And then it'll give you a whole, I guess, calendar, whatever you want to call it, schedule of what the next, couple years will look like as you're paying it off, which is really cool in my opinion. And then it'll show you the debt snowball chart, which I don't really care about. It's not a very good chart. And then it'll show you the stair stepper categories. It'll give you descriptions of each strategy, which I already gave you that. It'll give you, a little get started category, and they'll give you some tips. And that's really it with the sharing. Cool. And that's really all I got for y'all, fam. That's the calculator I use as far as me paying off this debt. It gave me the strategy that works best for me. I'd advise you to use this calculator or use any calculator, figure out what works best for you, right? In your situation, in your loans, and your interest rates, and your amounts, and see if one of the other ones happen to work better for you. If you say, Latrell, I don't care about interest, like you said, I'm saving myself tens of thousands of dollars by being aggressive. I want the instant gratification. Do that. Do the snowball, right? And start there. And then just pay it off, right? The whole goal is to pay off the debt. And that's what I'm talking about is paying off the debt. So if that works for you, you need that psychological win, do that. If you're like, my psychological win is paying the least amount of debt possible, do that. If you want to do the stair stepper and that method happens to work best for your situation, do that one. But whatever you do, make sure it works for your situation. And so that's this episode. I hope y'all got a lot of value from it. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Take it easy. Peace.